My mother was one of those people who tried to make everything normal. I mean, there was never a holiday in which, for instance, Easter, the Easter Bunny always came and brought us Easter baskets. Christmas, Santa Claus always came, and there were always presents, and there was even a tree. They really, I think, fixated and worked on keeping their children together. My father was born in Japan. My mother was born in Seattle. And my brother and I were born in Los Angeles, which made us virtually third generation Japanese Americans. My father had to sell his business very quickly. They had to sell their house. They had to rid themselves of all of their furniture and all of their belongings because we were only really allowed to take, I think it was 2 suitcases or 3 suitcases. You had to take everything that you thought you might need. We didn't know at that time how long it was going to be. We packed everything up into those 3 bags and we're off to, a new world. I was about 5 years old when the war started and when internment began. So my memory of the time is not really very clear. It's a child's memory of that time. And that is our getting on a train in which the windows were all completely blacked out. And then when we got off, we ended up being in Santa Anita racetrack, which was not very far out of Los Angeles. So there were obviously stalls where the horses were. And as a child, I knew that people were living in the stalls because I see the children would stand on the bottom half of the stall. It was an upper and lower door, and they would be racing and riding on the bottom door. I mean, I remember saying to my mother, why can't we stay in the horse stalls? Because they looked like it was so much fun. But the horse stalls, I remember, faced the fence that was all the way around. It was a barbed wire fence with guards on top. We left Santa Anita, the racetrack, and went to Gila, Arizona, and where they had set up a relocation center that they called it. I wouldn't call it a concentration camp. I mean, it wasn't the same as a Nazi concentration camp. However, it was barbed wire all around it, and everybody was set up in these barracks. And the only thing that I remember about that part of it was there was sand all over everything. There was sand on the floor. There was sand in the beds. Every single morning you'd wake up and we'd have to sweep the sand away, brush off all the sand that was in the bed. And there was sand. It was just because it's the desert. And until you grow up and you look back on the meaning of what that was, it's difficult to even rationalize what that was. My experience was, oh my God, you're a child and you're having this so much fun. And then you grow up and you think, this was unspeakable. There was just no reason for that. It was 120,000 people who were just trying to live.